2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. It's basketball out in Memphis, FedEx Forum to be exact. We'll see the Grizzlies go up against the Indiana Pacers. And it's been disappointing lately for the Pacers. They haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And you look around the league, many teams in the South can struggle with attendance. That has not been the case in Memphis, though, fellas.
You know, the basketball capital of the South. Memphis is
Wow.
a hoop city.
I like
and guess
that.
what? The barbecue on Beale Street is delicious.
Wow, the barbecue capital of the South.
What kind of barbecue do you get when you go? Is it chicken? Is it ribs? Is it Brunswick stew?
I get chickens, I get ribs,
Chickens.
and I get
Not just one.
oh
you
yeah,
get
not just
multiple
one.
chickens.
I get chickens, I get beef, and I get the brontosaurus.
Okay.
The Brontosaurus.
Just think about that big, Ernie.
Oh, wow.
Think about that big, Ernie. You
Okay.
can't eat it. You can't eat it by yourself.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they had the
Is that what
Brontosaurus.
Wilma gets too, and Barney and Betty? Good.
Well, Memphis, the capital of the South in
Basketball capital
I
of the
tell-
South.
you know-
I don't know if the folks in Atlanta are going to be wild
I
about
know.
Memphis getting that.
But the Grizzlies, they fit just fine. We like them.
yeah. Oh, that does it for us.
Yes.
Kevin Harlan with a call. We'll see you a bit later.
Wilma!
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Back in Memphis, the Grizzlies tip off the beginning of a homestand. The story here, guys, Thaddeus Young injured, unable to play.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. Well, we only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game, but now they sound sure about it, and hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said, now, there's a lot of old school in me, but I do understand you have to adapt with this generation of players, the millennials, and how you communicate. And they want to bring that old school discipline to this team. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say. And with a lot of players changing their team in the offseason, Clark, I know a hard part of going to that new team is learning how to play with a new teammate.
You know what? I never had a chance to experience that as an NBA player being traded, but I watched guys go through it, and you're right. It is difficult, much more so than people think, because you're adjusting to a different style, a different chemistry and vibe with your new teammates, and it takes a little while to figure out how you best fit in with your skill set to your new team.
And the Pacers start off with the ball. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Sabonis and Turner, the young big man up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Tough finish from Bogdanovich. He's got a nice big frame for a wingman.
And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No, if anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
And, you know, Bojan Bogdanovic, not an elite athlete by NBA standards, but he's a live weapon because he can really shoot the ball and put it on the floor.
Offensive rebound. Out to Conley. Memphis moving it around. That one good for two.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovic. Oladipo outside. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Green. Collison against Conley. He dishes it to Gasol. Yep, it counts. Gasol's got his second bucket.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
Back to Collison. He feeds it to Turner. Second chance shot. Gasol with the defensive effort.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Tyreke Evans, the fourth pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Free throw good. Tyreke Evans.
You got to appreciate the skill set of Evans. I mean, Tyreke Evans can play a few different spots for you, and he's got nice handles for a guy his size.
Now here's Collison. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Count that one.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
There's the pass to Oladipo. Here's Bogdanovic. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Leaf checked in for Domantas Sabonis. Memphis with the ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Conley kicks to Gasol. Pass to Parsons. Back to Gasol. To the paint. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gasol's got 6.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Collison kicks to Turner. Here's Parsons. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Collison gets a wide open look. Grizzlies with the rebound. Gasol's got his 3rd rebound tonight, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Yeah, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Now here's Conley. He had 16 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. There's a screen. And Evans gets it to go on the assist from Parsons. And that's now 7 points for Tyreke Evans. So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And look at what they did in the 4th quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Gasol. 17th in scoring, 19th in rebounding. And of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And like you were saying, one of the stronger scorers in the league. A tireless worker on the offensive end. And it's no wonder he's top 20 in points. Now here's Collison. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Sensing the opportunity there, Collison sneaking inside for the finish.
Here's Conley. 8-point game. Outside Gasol. The dish to Parsons. Over Bogdanovich. Parsons' shot is off.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And Oladipo kicks to Turner. Dishes it to Collison. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Collison's got 5 now.
And Collison, I think, is at his best when he's shooting the ball from a set position. More of a set shooter than a guy who shoots it well on the move.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Grizzlies.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Now here's Collison. 5 points in the game. Feeds it to Turner. Plenty of space. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Man, love how Turner reads the defense, sensing and seeing separation as the pass is coming his way. Man, calmly pulling up for the shot. Nice.
Here's Conley. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Turner against Gasol. 6 to shoot. Right side Green. Trying his luck deep. Memphis with a new shot clock. And that one drops for him. 8 points for Marc Gasol.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Well, a lot of optimism around young big man Miles Turner. Nate McMillan compared him to LaMarcus Aldridge, who, of course, McMillan coached in Portland. Clark, can you see that?
Oh, no doubt. Both are 6'11"-ish, and both can really shoot the ball. Turner may be a better three-point shooter right now than Aldridge, but I think he's got to grow into being more effective in the post. He's more of a rim protector right now than Aldridge, but like L.A., I think he has a chance to be an all-star.
Both free throws good from Turner.
Well, the Pacers players have been a little bit outspoken, saying we need an identity. We need more toughness and ruggedness. Not the biggest team, built more on athleticism and speed, so they've got to be scrappy.
Now here is Conley. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. They get the rebound, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
And that one drops.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And you think about toughness for the Pacers, Clark. Where do they have to focus?
I think they've got to focus on shoring up the paint, get a little more presence there. Love Miles Turner and his potential. Defensive rebounding was an issue for this team, and too much interior scoring allowed as well. So they've got to have a presence in that paint defensively.
Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And Clark, some great players who can score no matter the situation. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best finishers right now in a congested lane and in a lot of traffic?
Well, there's only one guy on this list for me. I've never seen anybody do the contorting and the finishing from multiple angles against all size of defender that Kyrie Irving does. He is head and shoulders above any other finisher in the league, in my opinion. Nobody has done it like that guy does.
Count the basket. And that's now 10 points for Marc Gasol.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Pass to Leaf. There's the pick. Back to Collison. Off target with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Evans passes to Chalmers. Green up on top. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Now here's Evans. 9 points last game out. It's deflected. They retain possession. Green dishes to Parsons. That shot is off. Ready by Bogdanovich.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Here's Parsons, and the basket is good. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Deontay Davis is checked in for Gasol. Wright comes in for JaMychal Green. James Ennis will check in for Parsons. And it's Ben McLemore in for Tyreke Evans. Davis setting the pick for Chalmers. Kicks it to McLemore. Wright sets a screen. 3-pointer. They get it back. Back to Chalmers. Down low, here's Davis. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Pacers trail by 3. Joseph with the ball. 9 points last game out. No one near Turner as he lets it go. It's good from about 19 feet. Turner's got 6 points.
Well, I think it's awesome when Turner works himself into the offense. The more aggressive he is looking for his shot, we call that hunting your shot. I think the more dangerous his team is.
Now here's Wright looking for his first basket still in this one.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Chalmers against Joseph. Davis sets a screen. And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Pass to Davis. Lets it go from deep. But he stays with it. Turner with the steal. Robinson with it. Now guarded by Ennis. Here's Joseph. Not enough on that one as it misses. Memphis trailing here. And McLemore kicks to Ennis. And another miss by Memphis. And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
And what stood out to me, Greg, was the aggressiveness. I mean, it seemed like they just were eager to get it done, wanted it a tad more than the other team.
And now Jefferson, a product of Prentice, Mississippi, a big family, and Clark, he grew up playing hoops nonstop.
Yeah, that's how you refine your game. His cousin had a full court in his yard, not asphalt, folks. We're talking about they played on dirt, but they had lights up, so that let them play well into the wee hours of the morning.
He's off on the first.
You know, you got to respect the moves that Jefferson has. Very good at scoring in the low post and actually quite dominant down there when he gets it.
And he sinks the second. Clark, when you were playing, what was your game day routine like?
Well, it was simple. I didn't complicate things, Kevin. I tried to get a good meal, was just beginning to learn how to eat properly and best for my body. And then I would always try to get an hour to 2 hour pregame nap. That goes all the way back to high school. I enjoyed just getting off my feet. Sometimes I would fall asleep completely. Other times I would just kind of drift into a light sleep. But just having that routine of resting before games was part of how I got ready to try to serve the other guys up.
1:21 left in the first quarter of the game. There's the pick. Wright with a screen on Joseph. And Chalmers kicks to Wright. High arcing shot. Jefferson with some nice D.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
Now here's McLemore. Following the miss by Lance Stevenson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. The feed to McLemore. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Turner. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Pacers leading by 3. Now Joseph. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Jefferson setting the pick for Robinson. Down low. No good that time. Davis with some nice D.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Here's Robinson. Can't connect from 13 feet out. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Pacers. They're up by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, this is how you can keep a crowd quiet, though, Greg. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop and the opposing team scoring.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Fresh is out there with Ben McLemore. Then it's Ennis. Then there's Davis. And it's Wright in at the 4. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Ennis. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. No good. That would have tied it. Joseph against Chalmers. Joseph, the pass to Sabonis. Jefferson dishes to Joseph. Passes it to Sabonis. Just 5 to shoot. That one drops for him. Sabonis has got the first basket of the second quarter for the Pacers. And Chalmers kicks to Ennis. Here's Davis, and the bank shot is good.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
Joseph, the pass to Sabonis. He kicks it to Jefferson. The pass to Sabonis. To the middle. Here's Robinson, and the Pacers tack on 2 more. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Davis dishes to Wright. Davis sets a screen. On deep, McLemore. Offensive rebound. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Joseph kicks to Robinson. Inside. And there is Al Jefferson on the assist from Stevenson. Jefferson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers. Chalmers against Joseph. Chalmers passes to McLemore. Feeds it to Davis. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the 2 bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor.
And that one falls for Davis. And Greg, you look at the changes for the Grizzlies, looking for versatility and adaptability in their players.
Yeah, grit and grind, still the identity, but you got to be able to space the floor and cover pick and rolls. The era of a post-up centric basketball team doesn't seem to be in the future.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And the Pacers with the longest standing ownership in the NBA.
And that's a lot to be proud of for Pacers fans. I mean, Indiana, a state that loves basketball. And the Pacers haven't won fewer than 32 games since 1989. So they're always in the fold in terms of being competitive.
And the spacing that Conley provides from long range really has become crucial to this offense.
Joseph dishes to Stevenson. Back to Joseph. He feeds it to Stevenson. Screen by Jefferson. They grab their own miss. Great D that time from Davis.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket. Got himself into really good position there. Can't pass that shot up, guys.
And Joseph kicks to Robinson. Joseph against Conley. Shot by Joseph, no good. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Ennis passes to Conley. McLemore dishes to Conley. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much. Nobody near Parsons. Cans the shot with nobody near him. And the Grizzlies lead by 1. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Memphis.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
Here's Conley after Al Jefferson's score. Conley kicks to Parsons. He dishes it to Gasol. He can't hit that time. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Joseph has an open look. And that one's on target from the wing. And it's a 3-point Indiana lead.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
Here's Parsons. Parsons missing again. The Pacers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Scooped up. Goes back up. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the call. Memphis gets the foul.
Really impressed by how Jefferson effortlessly draws these fouls, using that wide body of his to advantage.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
Free throw missing. And Clark, you've seen so many college and NBA games. What skill or mindset do you see as the best predictor for when a college player is going to be an NBA star?
Well, it's hard to predict stardom, but clearly things that transfer from a skill standpoint from college to the NBA, at least historically, have been the ability to rebound at a high rate. That seems to always make its way from college to the pro game. And then the proficiency of your skill set in terms of ball handling, shooting, and then I would say at the point guard position, the ability to run a team usually transfers. When you can get other people's shots and understand flow and time and score and situations, that doesn't leave you from the college to the pro game.
Indiana leading. Outside Collison. Over Conley. Collison, the pass to Oladipo. The layup missed. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Conley gets the bucket. And
good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Tries from 16. Oladipo misses.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
He trains the quick shot. Oladipo's got 6.
Love seeing Oladipo square up from there. I mean, he knows his range very well, and his shot selection matches his range.
Now here's Evans. He has 7. Here's Gasol, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Indiana.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And that one falls for Marcus Gasol.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marcus Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
The Pacers making a switch here. Leafs checked in. And so Gasol nails them both. And Marcus Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
The Pacers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Last shot, gentlemen.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
Now here's Gasol. He had 28 points in the win against Milwaukee.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
Boy, you got to admire the passing skills of Oladipo, easily connecting with teammates.
And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that fourth or fifth star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through, and that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Pass to Leaf, and Oladipo has it in the corner. To the paint. Shot's good by Leaf. Leaf's got 4 points in the quarter.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg, and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
And Jermichael Green, undrafted out of Alabama, played a few seasons in the D-League, Greg, but in his third season, a full-time starter in the league with Memphis.
And the Grizzlies like his ability to space the floor from that power forward position. It shows you where the game is going. Face-up skills and mobility coveted at that 4 spot.
And the first one drops. And a big front office change for the Pacers over the summer. Cause for concern?
No, I don't think so, Kevin. Very experienced hands are taking over, and I think it'll be a relatively smooth transition for the Pacers.
Turner's checked in for Domantas Sabonis. And so he makes both from the line. And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg, 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
14 feet away, and it's Evans missing. Pacers leading by 3. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Leaf, guarded by Green. Bogdanovich dishes to Turner, and the shot goes in. Turner's got 8 points.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Memphis has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Conley kicks to Evans. The dish now to Green. Gasol, a screen on Collison. 6 on the shot clock. Green, the pass to Gasol. From deep, Evans. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Golden State, things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Memphis, 6.5 games behind them.
And for the Grizzlies, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Can't remember the last time I've seen optimism turn to pessimism as quickly as I have with these guys. I mean, their fans are already talking about who needs to be replaced.
Here's Evans. Bogdanovich picking up that last basket. Evans dishes to Parsons. Over Bogdanovich. Here's Gasol. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And really, I'd like to see them get after it on the offensive boards a little bit more here. They did a good job of that in the first.
Now here's Collison. 7 points in the game. And Gasol sends it back.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Second chance shot. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Evans against Oladipo. Outside Collison. Shot from 12. Parsons with the rebound. Parsons got 3 rebounds now in this one. The 3 from Chalmers. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. Parsons got 3 assists now in this one. Collison against Parsons. Collison kicks to Oladipo. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Oladipo's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Outside Gasol. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And anytime you think about the Pacers, really hard to forget their recent dominance in the East now. I mean, in 2013, they were 1 win away from the NBA Finals. In 14, they earned the #1 seed in the East, and then it kind of snowballed south since then.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol. And for the Pacers, 2 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. They seem poised for a long run. Clark, what happened?
Well, they changed direction. They had 3 all-star caliber players in Lance Stephenson, Roy Hibbert, and Paul George, and David West was an anchor of that team as well. Stevenson left. The league seemed to figure out Hibbert, and PG broke his leg, and just like that, their fortunes changed. And I think, too, the way the league was changing in terms of style of play impacted the decision, too.
Again, Oladipo missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Down, Mark.
And Chalmers kicks to Gasol. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Stolen by Evans.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2 for 1.
Execution paramount. Speed it up and put the defense on their heels if you can.
The Pacers making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. .29 seconds left in the first half. Evans against Oladipo. Inside. And it's Joseph in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. Joseph's got 5 points now this quarter.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
Gasol no good. Here's Stevenson, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
That's just really good clock management there. I mean, that's how you close a quarter.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. Checking out the Pacers, Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the 3. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the three. Rick Fox, B. Shaw, and big shot, Bob for three. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
And you know what, Greg? He's showing no signs of slowing down now. This game has been all him, and he's been a force.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Here is Conley. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Sabonis and Turner, the young big man up front. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. Green with a screen for Evans. 5 to shoot. The rebound by Turner.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Outside Conley. Gasol, a screen on Collison. Collison against Conley. Dishes to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now here's Collison. Here's the screen. Turner with the screen. And Oladipo has it in the corner. No good on the 3. Oladipo's gone 5 of 13 tonight from the floor. Parsons with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Gasol against Oladipo. Tries from the block. That one good for 2. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, Gasol is really superb at scoring over the defense inside. Now, it's not just his height and length, but I think it's his girth, too. He knows how to use every part of his body in close.
The kick out to Collison. Off target from outside.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
On defense, the Pacers. 4-point game. Conley, the pass to Evans. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 5 assists in the game. Collison against Conley. The drive by Collison. Here's Bogdanovich. And the 3-ball is good. Bogdanovich has got 11.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Gasol, no good. Pacers leading by 5.
And, you know, Miles Turner, a 5-star recruit coming out of Trinity High School near Dallas, was Big 12 Freshman of the Year at the University of Texas. And he keeps working, and he's getting better and better, and has all-star potential.
Here's Conley. 7 points in the game. Outside Gasol. There's the pick. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. And Clark, you've been around the Pacers. What are your impressions of Miles Turner?
Great maturity for his age. Humble, hard-working, hungry, smart. And I think he wants to be great. That's all good stuff.
The Pacers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. And he makes the first.
And, you know, with Nate McMillan taking over the Pacers last season, their offense was much improved. He had a good stint as a head coach in both Seattle and Portland, but there was some slippage defensively with the Pacers, and now it's about striking the right balance between offensive prowess and defensive improvement.
Both good from the line that time. And the Pacers, Clark, looking to up the pace. In some ways, that made McMillan a surprising choice. His teams in Portland, for instance, some of the slowest in the league.
Well, their pace actually went down some, Kevin. McMillan is accustomed to going small with shooting big men, and that certainly fits.
Green, no luck.
He must hit that shot. I mean, the defense, non-factor. Very surprising he missed it.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Yeah, this is really tight. I mean, it's splitting hairs when you talk about these teams. You get the feeling if they play 10 games, each side would win 5.
And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Grizzlies.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's the screen. Kicks it to McLemore. Green, the screen. Conley's shot is off.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
Now here's Collison. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
Wright dishes to Green to stop the run, and Jefferson sends it back.
Great seeing Jefferson show us some defense there, Kevin. I mean, with his length, he rejects shots when he jumps and times it right.
And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. Second, the Grizzlies.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want a foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Grizzlies trail by 14. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Wright. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Conley with a wide open look. They get it again. And that one's good. Wright Wright's got his first basket of the night.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Collison kicks to Robinson. Bogdanovich wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Bogdanovich has got 16 points.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
McLemore with a screen for Green. Conley for 3. Drills it from outside. He's got 10.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Yep, that one goes. And 12 points for Darren Collison.
And Collison's quickness enabling him to slice to the rim there.
Green, the screen to the inside. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Now the Pacers with it. They're on a 17-7 run. Collison, the pass to Sabonis. Back to Collison. They set the screen. Passes it to Sabonis. Clock at 6. And a miss there on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Conley dishes to McLemore. Right outside. It's rebounded by Indiana. Sabonis has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Robinson uses the glass to finish the layup. Robinson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Bojan Bogdanovich with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Deontay Davis is checked in for Green. Ennis comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Fresh subbed in for Mike Conley. Lance Stevenson's checked in for the Pacers. Joseph comes in for Darren Collison. And here are the Pacers now. They're on a 19-7 run. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
It's stolen by Ennis.
You look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
Pacers leading by 12. Here's Joseph. He's got 5. There's the pass to Sabonis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
No good on that one.
I look at Sabonis as a terrific stretch 4. He's a guy who can play either power forward or center, and he has excellent length and a nice touch.
That one misses. And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent high-level statistical production, influences winning, at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
Robinson kicks to Stevenson. Back to Robinson. Shot clock at 6. That shot no good. And Memphis the other way now.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Indiana leading by 12. And here is Joseph. 5 points in the game. Here's Sabonis. A beautiful reverse layup. Sabonis has got 4 this quarter.
The D was all over him, but they just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
Memphis has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Chalmers passes to Wright. Davis sets a screen. Shoots off the screen and off the front iron, and in it goes. Wright's got his second basket of the game.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Here's Joseph. Here's Jefferson, and Jefferson throws it down hard.
Yeah, and Jefferson always wants to throw it down. When he gets room inside, he may not soar, but he'll get up high enough to throw it down.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And I bet a lot of big men would love to have that right hand of Al Jefferson.
No doubt. I mean, he can hit that hook shot out to 10 feet, maybe a tad beyond that. It's one of those shots you're not going to block. It goes in or it doesn't. In his case, it's usually the former.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Some changes for Memphis. Gasol comes in for Wright, and Tyreek Evans is subbed in for Ben McLemore. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Jefferson. Leaf comes in for Sabonis. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Glenn Robinson III.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
Now here's Evans. Misses off the right iron. Chalmers against Joseph. Pass to Leaf. Inside, Gasol with the steal. The feed now to Evans. It's good. The assist that time for Menace. And that's 11 points for Tyreek Evans.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Now here's Stevenson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. The Grizzlies trail by 15. And Chalmers kicks to Davis on the wing. Evans feeds it to Ennis. The dish to Evans. Shot clock at 6. over Oladipo, and it's off the back rim. No good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. That's tipped. Turner comes with the double team. Here's Gasol. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. And it's now 26 points for Marc Gasol. Indiana leading by 13. Now here's Joseph. He has 6. Hangs in the air. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Ennis dishes to Chalmers. It's Davis on the wing. He kicks to Ennis. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Chalmers' shot is no good. Pass to Leaf. First trip to the line for him here.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Chalmers. There's the triple. Buries it from three-point range. Chalmers has got 5 points now this quarter. And so it's the Indiana Pacers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be right back after this. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Indiana leading by 12. We've got Davis. Tyreke Evans out there with Fresh. Then it's Ennis. And it's Gasol in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Oladipo. Evans with the rebound. Evans has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Chalmers passes to Evans. This all setting the pick for Evans. Just 5 to shoot. Turner with the steal. Joseph against Chalmers. Here's Leaf. The second chance effort. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Leafs got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pacers. Dishes to Gasol. It's tipped. Joseph against Chalmers. Pass to Leaf. All alone. Rebound by Ennis. Ennis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oladipo against Evans. Davis kicks to Chalmers. Evans against Oladipo. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. And Oladipo pulls it down. Pacers leading by 14. Kicks to Stevenson. Turner dishes to Stevenson. Turner with the screen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
When Lance Stevenson is focused, he's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, Good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
First free throw is good. Some changes for Memphis. Green, he's checked in for Deontay Davis. Chandler Parsons comes in for James Ennis. And it's Conley in for Fresh. And the Pacers also making a change. Collison's out there. And he makes both free throws. Conley with it. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Gasol passes to Parsons. Right side Gasol. Goes back up. And Green with the lay-in. Now Collison. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. The three from Stevenson. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And here's Conley outside. Pacers leading by 14. Down low. It's stolen by Green. And now here comes Conley leading the break.
And Mike Conley, the fellow Buckeye, is about as reliable as it gets in running his team and doing everything you want a point guard to do. A crafty defender. He also has really elevated his game offensively.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
And Mike Conley Jr., you know, you talk about being bred for success. Remember, his dad was a gold medalist in the triple jump. And you can just see that athleticism in his game. Super quick and elusive out on the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for Leaf. And it's Bogdanovich in for Lance Stevenson. And Conley drops them both. And so it's Indiana with it, leading by 12. Collison kicks to Sabonis. There's a good screen. Back to Collison. Here's Turner. Rejected by Gasol. Parsons attacking from 12 feet out. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And that's now 28 points for Marc Gasol. And with Conley's athleticism and his handle, tough to keep him out of the lane.
And if you go under on that pick, he can hurt you from deep. This guy really the complete package, arguably the most underrated point guard in our league.
Bogdanovich passes to Sabonis. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Coach Fizdale was going over with his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Now Turner after the missed three from Marc Gasol. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way. As much as you just saw him do there, Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. That's good from Turner.
At 6'11" and 243 pounds, Turner is physically imposing. He's a big man, though, with a delicate shooting touch from outside.
Both free throws good from Turner. Oladipo against Evans. They set the pick. And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Stolen by Conley. Evans attacking. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And I really enjoy watching Evans use that athleticism, especially when he's attacking. He's tough to stop.
Now here's Collison. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
You know, that's not how you distribute the ball. It needs to be more focused when making passes like that.
And so here's Memphis. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Pass to Gasol. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Turner's got 15 rebounds here tonight.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Conley with it, picked up by Collison. And it's sent back by Turner. And he recovers it. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Indiana called for the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Parsons. Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injuries. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they've needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Pacers leading by 11. Right side, Collison. Turner with a screen on Conley. Collison, he kicks to Turner. Collison dishes to Turner. Oladipo outside from downtown. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. 18 points for Victor Oladipo. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. On the wing, Green. Outside Conley. Parsons outside. 5 on the clock. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Evans. And that one goes long. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. Parsons with some nice D. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Out to Conley. Hits it from three-point range. Conley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Oladipo outside. Collison with a screen on Conley. Oladipo off the left rim and out.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
Conley kicks to Green. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Conley against Collison. Oladipo for 3. Again, Oladipo missing. The Grizzlies shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. The shot by Evans, nobody around. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Now here's Collison. Outside Bogdanovich. Dishes it to Turner. Passes it to Sabonis. He feeds it to Collison. Here's Oladipo. That one falls.
Boy, it's hard to overstate the strength of Oladipo. Sometimes you just can't shake this guy off his shot.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
And that one misses.
And, you know, Oladipo is one of those multifaceted players. I mean, he can do just about anything you ask of him when he's on the court.
Green with the screen on Collison. Conley dishes to Green. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Now here's Collison. And the pass to Sabonis. Down low. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And so it's Indiana with it. At one point, they led by 16. 6 on the shot clock. Rejected by Gasol. Count that one. The Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Evans. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now here's Collison. He dishes it to Turner. Pass to Sabonis. Outside Collison. Oladipo outside. From outside, off the mark. For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Evans' shot is good.
And how about the confidence from Evans? He's feeling like no one can stop him playing with a ton of heart.
Now here's Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. Pass to Sabonis. To the inside. Turner. It's good.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Here's Evans. Parsons sets a screen for Evans. Outside Conley. Back to Evans. Lets a floater go, and the layup is good. Evans has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Here's Collison. Turner with a screen on Conley. Collison kicks to Turner. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Oladipo. And it's Oladipo again missing.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Oladipo against Evans. Oladipo, the pass to Collison. Back to Oladipo, out to Turner for the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Pacers lead by 7.
Outstanding anticipation that time from Oladipo, seeing the floor extremely well and then zipping the pass over to the open man.
Conley dishes to Gasol, and Gasol slams it in.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there. Excellent feed from DC, Darren Collison.
Gasol, a screen on Oladipo. Evans kicks to Conley. The feed to Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 32 points for Marc Gasol.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Here's the screen. Collison with it. Conley picks him up. Turner with the screen. Oladipo for three. Another miss by Oladipo.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. You got to respect the physicality of Evans. Excellent at drawing contact on his way up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And both free throws good for Evans.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
It's stolen by Green. Over Oladipo. Offensive rebound. Throws back up. Nails it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
We're seeing real hot, on fire version of Gasol.
Here's Oladipo. Good.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing them deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're trailing by 3. 24 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Myles Turner.
He's kept a lot of their possessions alive with his work on the offensive glass. You can't measure what that kind of effort means to a team. Not just in terms of the second chances those rebounds create, but also for the example it sets.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And he commits the intentional foul. .23 seconds left in the game. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Boy, you go back to Darren Collison's career at UCLA, very distinguished, and he's turned himself into a starting caliber pro, too.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down by 5. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Greg, one possession at a time, and really, as you said, it's all about clock management right now.
Conley for 3. The rebound by Turner. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Evans, that's a two-pointer. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Chalmers passes to Davis. To halt the run, no good. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together, you know, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.